Hi, I'm Danah V. Richardson. Thanks for watching. So, the other thing I've been dealing with is fear. Um, I guess there's a number of things I'm dealing with at any time. But I would like to be fearless. The Quran says that fear is the devil's tool, and I believe it. I think that fear causes us to do things that go against our moral fiber and against the core, the quintessence of who we are. And it's funny, I was just watching Green Lantern. I was like, I've never seen this movie. It was dope because the parallax was a fear monster. And I recently had to confront some fears of mine because they were causing poor decisions. And, I had to do the meditation and just go in deep and be like, what's causing this? And then rectify it. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool to go on sort of a personal, internal crusade to obliterate my fear? And I do things like that from moment to moment. Like at one point I had a little bit of a fear of flying, and this time when I flew to Korea, I was fine because I just kept getting on the planes. I've done the bungee jumping. That was terrifying. I've done zip lining, all these things, not because I really wanted to do them, but because I hated that I was terrified of them, so I wanted to make myself do it, face that fear. And so I said, okay, well, what if I face a fear repeatedly every so often to get rid of fear? And the first thing that popped into my mind was cockroaches. I don't admit that I'm afraid of them. Even now, I'm just going to say that I don't like them. But apparently there was a time when I thought they were playthings. Like my mother tells me, I used to chase roaches and play with them. Yeah, I grew up in the projects. You can tell. I used to chase roaches and play with them. And eventually, and I kind of remember that. I kind of remember the last time I chased a roach and played with it. Oh my goodness. But I also remember my mother's fear. And I thought, you think your parents must know better than you. And if they're afraid of these things, there's something that's justified about that fear. And maybe I'm being ignorant. And maybe I should be afraid too, And I adopted my mother's fear. I adopted a lot of my mother's fears. Okay. But we're finna get rid of all that. So I looked up cockroaches on the internet, right? Because the more you expose yourself to something, the less afraid you are of it. So I looked up cockroaches and I started reading about them. And then the next goal is to pull up the images of cockroaches and touch the images and maybe kiss the images and print the images and put them around, and maybe I'll get to a point where I can actually put my hand in an aquarium or habitat for roaches. Can you imagine? And not be terrified. So, message me. Let me know what's up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I'm Danah V. Richardson.